our vision is to build the operating system that will power future Africa. And if you think about Africa today and you reflect on how it's going to look like in the next 10 years, it's going to look a tad different, in the same way that Africa today looks very different from the last 10 years. There are some industries that have leapfrogged forward, like financial services, communication, banking. We have seen where the world is going, and Africa is going to be very driven by a number of factors. Number one, huge youthful population across Africa. In fact, Africa today is the youngest continent. The youngest country is in Africa, which is Chad, average age of 14 years. East Africa, average age is 21 years. Today, if you're walking the streets of Nairobi, Kampala, Kigali, Johannesburg, Cape Town, all these guys, you're more likely to meet 14 to 25-year-olds Pan-Africans and less of older generation. And the one thing that we're going to also see is that these young people have been born into the internet. As a matter of fact, the one thing that they are going to take very seriously is WhatsApp, Instagram, and the social media platforms, and they are calling themselves creators. So when they are creators, they are, and the ecosystem in which they are creating their opportunity is actually the digital ecosystem, and that's why in a lot of boardrooms, in a lot of conferences, you'll see something called the digital economy. Unfortunately, like I said, as much as we need better apps to power Africa in the next phase of the digital economy, they still lack of the infrastructure that will power this, that is affordable, that is contextual. When I say contextual, is that it's built for the unique needs of Africa. If you look at most of the operating systems that are powering different industries, they come from the West as an example, so primarily built for those markets, which are very different in terms of diversity. So our vision is now to understand, be connected to the ecosystem, be connected to the R&D labs, be connected to the talent, and build together what will power Africa. And that's why we say that Sicom, our core value proposition is, let us build the operating system that will power future Africa. We exist in a number of pillars, but the core to those pillars is one, digital infrastructure. Digital infrastructure is a conversation and a pillar that we take seriously at Sicom. Number two, engineering, which is more about talent, which is more about the builders. Number three is now software as a service. Software as a service that will what we call engines that power ecosystem. So as you can see, we are less product focused or less marketplace B2C focused and more of B2B as an enabler. We look at digital infrastructure, and the facts are today the core of digital infrastructure, which is data center networks or data center footprint. Africa only contributes 2% of the global data center infrastructure. Even that 2%, if you look at it, it's a very Western driven, very Western dominated. So where are our people? Where are our investors? Where are our policymakers to be able to say, you know what, to promote availability and reduce latency, infrastructure needs to be very close to the customer. So these are things we have put a lot of effort, resources in to understand what we need to build as a core technology company. And we are going to be very bullish about the things we are going to do, because we believe we have experienced this as fast founders, we have experienced this as people participating in the ecosystem, and we believe that only time will tell how far we can go.